Hello and welcome to another Zero to Hero guide. In this video we'll be looking at how to do a water build and an extremely fast and effective galley rush. A lot of people seem to have troubles with water maps, and they are played very differently to land maps, so that is understandable. The key to getting a good start in any water map is to have a fast feudal time and being able to pump galleys from 3 docks straight away. Water control is often everything on water maps, so follow this build order and improve your game. As with any game, you want to start by scouting your starting area, building 2 houses and sending your first 6 villagers to food, same as the Dark Age standard build. Continue to scout your island at all time during the start of the game. It's really important to find all of your sheep, your deer patch, and to map your entire island by scouting the coast as much as you can. The faster you can do this, the better, as you'll need your scout a little later on. Once you've got your 6 villagers taking sheep under the town centre, you'll want to send the next 4 villagers to your closest wood patch, building a lumber camp with the very first villager that you send. You'll want to send your next villager to lure your first boar. Now it doesn't matter which, as there's no chance of it being stolen on an island's map, so just whichever boar you feel like taking at this stage. At the same time as you go to lure your first boar, you'll want to send a villager that's gathering food to build a house near the shore where you intend to build your first dock. Now dock placement is really important. You need to try and dock where you think there's going to be big fishing spots. Now as you can't actually scout the water before you build your dock, you have to use a bit of guesswork to put your dock in a good position. Now it's not usually too difficult to do, as long as you don't dock right at the edge of the map and tend to dock more towards the corner, then you're more likely to have good fish. Sometimes the front of the map can also have good fish as well, but docking at the front can be risky if you don't have such a good Dark Age as your opponent. But, if you're confident in your ability to do a great feudal time, then docking on the front is also totally fine. As you bring the first boar in, you want to set the next 2 villagers to take the boar and sheep under the town centre. It's also worth seeing if you can lure deer at this point. If your deer patch is fairly close, then you should definitely lure them towards the town centre and have your sheep villagers gather from the deer instead. This is a much faster food source, and it will actually allow you to improve your feudal time even further if you lure the deer in. You should send 1 more villager over to wood once you've added those 2 villagers to food. During this time, the villager that you sent to build the house at the shore should be building a dock. Now if you have a wood shortage at this stage and the villager is idle, then gather some shore fish instead while you wait for the wood to come in. This will give you a small food boost once again, and it will make use of the villager's time. The next villager that comes out of the TC should lure the second boar, and you should keep adding villagers to take food now until you have added another 6 to take the boar, sheep and deer under the town centre. Whilst you do that, every time you can afford a new fishing ship, make one and task it to gather the big fish closest to your dock. You should aim to upgrade to feudal with 24 to 25 population, consisting of 3 to 4 fishing ships, 5 villagers taking wood, and the rest of your villagers taking food under the town centre. As soon as you hit 500 food, you can click up to feudal, but remember to do loom just before you click up. At this stage, we've been focused on food for the most part, but it's now time to radically change the economy in order to do a good galley rush, because ultimately food is not going to equal boats. You should send all of the villagers that were taking food under the town centre to cut the straggler trees just outside. As they do this, you should redistribute them, sending 4 or 5 to build a new lumber camp on another wood patch, so make sure you split your wood. And send 4 villagers to take gold. The remainder of the villagers you should split between the 2 lumber camps that you just made, and leave 1 villager who will be your dock builder and send them towards the shore to start building the second dock. As you're upgrading to feudal and you've redistributed your economy, you should aim to get your second dock up in time for your advancement to the feudal age. Be sure to build a house or 2 as well, as your population is about to jump up very quickly as you start making galleys from 3 docks and villagers from your town centre. As soon as you hit the feudal age, you have a few things to do immediately. One is to research bitaxe at the lumber camp. You'll be needing a lot of wood, so this upgrade is really crucial. Second, queue 2 galleys at your docks, and third, queue more villagers at the town centre. As soon as you get enough wood for the third dock, start building it immediately. With 4 villagers on gold, the rest on wood, you should be able to comfortably make galleys from your 3 docks. If you are faster up to the feudal age than your opponent, then now you have a huge advantage and should try and get really aggressive with your galleys very quickly and kill your opponent's fishing ships if you can. If you can prevent them from even getting a hold on the water, then the game is almost already won. Once you reach feudal, it's also a good idea to take the remaining sheep under your town centre and build a mill on your berry patch once those sheep are gone. Make sure to send the next 4 villagers to take some food, maybe even send another 4 after that to take berries as well, because your fishing ships alone will actually struggle to bring enough food to keep villager production going, and you'll need the extra food a little later for fletching as well. From here, you'll want to add 1 more villager to gold, so that you've got a total of 5 on gold, and you'll want to build a blacksmith as soon as you can afford to, without letting your docks go idle. Research fletching quickly to solidify your advantage on water. If you see your opponent add a 4th dock at any point and you haven't added one yourself, then add another dock just to make sure you keep ahead or even in galley count. Aside from that, you should be all good, and from here you just need to keep on top of your galley micro and focus on keeping villager production up whilst adding a few farms to ensure that you can get to the castle age in a good time. Well, I hope this guide has been very useful, and if you follow it to the letter and keep practicing, then you can improve your water game and get a good advantage over your opponents. Thanks for watching though, give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.